Derby County are in the market for some brand new strikers this transfer window, and it is rumoured that Derby County have agreed a loan deal to bring in a brand new number 9, and he goes by the name of Jerry Yates. He's had some impressive spells during his career, not so recently though. So shall we take a look into the career of Jerry Yates and where he might fit in at Derby County? But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Smash the like button as well to help push this channel to new audiences. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing of Jerry Yates down in the comment section. And let's get into the video. So it is Football Insider reporting that Derby County seem to have beaten off interest from some rather big clubs in the Championship by the likes of Blackburn, QPR and Stoke to secure the services of Jerry Yates for the upcoming season. Now, if we do take a little bit of a further look into Jerry Yates, he's obviously most recently spent time at Swansea City, but where else has he played? Now, there is previous time with Paul Warne. I think he left Rotherham United back in 2020. Now, he's a 27-year-old forward born in 1996, obviously currently at Swansea, and he's contracted until the end of 2026. Now, that is what makes this deal quite interesting. It would 100% be a low move. That is what is being suggested by Football Insider. And if we do take a closer look into his career, he spent time at 6 clubs: Blackburn, Rotherham, Swansea, Swindon Town, Carlisle United and Harrogate. And over the time at those clubs, he's made 306 total appearances with 20,301 total minutes, scoring a total of 84 goals with 24 assists, collecting 21 yellows and 3 red cards. Now, the bad thing about this signing is that one of those red cards was on the final day of last season, which means he comes into this season under a suspension. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL content coming your way. Obviously, this video is all about Jerry Yates, potential signing for Derby County. Let me know your thoughts about that down in the comments. We're going to have videos about the Championship fixture list and League One fixture list coming out over the weekend, so make sure you do stay tuned for all of that. So Derby County will have to work around that, and we'll probably end up bringing in another striker anyway. Obviously, at time of recording, there's still no news on James Collins, so that forward area is looking very, very light. Now, obviously, if we do look at the time spent at clubs, he's obviously spent a long time at Blackpool, where he made 139 appearances, collecting 46 goals and 18 assists. Then spent 52 games at Rotherham with 5 goals and 3 assists. At Swansea City, he's played 46 times, 9 goals and 1 assist. Swindon Town, 35 appearances, 14 goals and 1 assist. Carlisle United, 29 appearances, 7 goals, 1 assist, and 3 goals in 5 appearances at Harrogate Town. Now, I quite like the look of this signing, and we're going to see why now. Now, he's mainly a forward, but he can play anywhere across that front line and has done so in his career. 24 times on the left, 21 times on the right, and then obviously the majority of his career has been spent as a number 9. Now, his best period, his best spell of form came at Blackpool in a front 2 with a big man next to him. So I think that would be absolutely massive for Derby to seal that deal in making sure that we have sort of a little and large partnership, or even a situation where there's a roaming 3 of, say, Blackett, Taylor, Mendez-Laing and Jerry Yates, sort of moving around in those positions, a bit similar to what we had when we had the front 3 of Tom Barkhazen, Mendez-Laing and Dwight Gale it was at the time. So I think that could work really, really well for Derby County. Obviously, some of the other players we're looking at, you look at the likes of Karamako Dembele, Jamal Lowe, Sam Gallagher, all these other types of players who also fit into that mould of being able to rotate positions, and I think that's absolutely massive for Derby County to have that versatility, to be able to change within a game, but also have players who can play multiple positions off the bench, because I think it makes it easier to pick your bench. So that's something which is obviously absolutely massive. Now, where does he fit within this depth chart? Obviously, the number 9 position, where Connor Washington and Dejon Brown are. Obviously, there is a potential that James Collins could fit into that as well, but as of right now, we don't have that. There's obviously rumours that Ben Osborne is set to sign. I made a video on that yesterday talking about the fact that he is undergoing his medical at Derby County as of reports from Football Insider. So where's he going to slot in? Is he going to slot in at left wing back? Is he going to slot in at midfield? Is Forsyth going to be classified as a left wing back or a centre back? All these things still need to be assessed and adjusted heading into this upcoming season. So obviously, at the moment, he slots perfectly into that number 9 position. I think he'd come in and be our best number 9, even if James Collins comes in. Now, I know there's a bit of an onslaught from Swansea fans about him because he didn't quite fit the mould there. Now, it's one of those things where sometimes you just don't fit in with a tactical style or period of play. We had this situation when we signed Mendez-Laing. Sheffield Wednesday fans were saying he was terrible, this, that and the other. We had the same with Kane Wilson. We had the same with Joe Ward. Who else did we get complaints about? Ebro Adams, we was told, would be absolutely terrible. And look at how influential those players have been, especially towards the back end of our season in League One. So how is this deal going to work? Now, it's obviously going to be, I assume it will be a season-long deal. It doesn't specify in the article by Football Insider. So for me, it seems as if it's going to be a season-long loan. We've beat off interest from some big clubs in the Championship, which I think shows that we do have that little bit of clout still at in our armoury, essentially. And I think he will be a really, really good signing. Now, is he an upgrade on what we've already got? In my personal opinion, I'd say absolutely. I think James Collins, Connor Washington, Dejon Brown, although Dejon Brown has got a ton of potential, I don't quite think he's ready yet to be a main player in the Championship. Maybe in and around the squad and getting minutes here and there, but I don't quite think he's ready to be a starter. I think Collins and Washington could do a job, but I don't think they're better than Jerry Yates. I think we obviously also have the opportunity to have like Mendez-Laing and Blackett Taylor. Obviously, with that rotation, I think it's massively important. We do have strikers like Jerry Yates that can move about. So for me, I think it's definitely an upgrade on what we currently have in the squad. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Now, for me, I think this could be an absolutely huge deal. Obviously, we'll miss the first few games as a result of suspension, but I don't think he's going to be the only number 9 we bring in. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk recently about a couple of signings coming through the door today as I'm recording this video, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that does play out. We may even have one through the door when you're seeing this video. As of recording, we don't. So if we have, there will be videos coming later on this evening. If we sign somebody today, sort of talking about that and things like that. Over the weekend, I'm going to be looking into the Championship fixtures for the entire league and the League One fixtures as well. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for all of that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments about Jerry Yates. What sort of players are you wanting Derby County to sign? Do you think Jerry Yates fits the profile of what Paul Warne and Derby County need, or do you think it's just a case of trying to fill a hole but not necessarily knowing who with? I know there's a lot of opinions out there at the moment about Paul Warne's signings and things like that, but I think a lot of them are a bit over the top. Now, for me, there's a lot of talk about Paul Warne signing loads of ex-Rotherham players, but just to name you off a few, there's obviously like Kane Wilson hasn't played for Rotherham, Curtis Nelson, Bradley, Niambi, Ward, Elder, Bradley, I don't know if I've mentioned him already. Like, all of these players didn't play for Rotherham before they came to us, and I think a lot of people need to sort of take it with a pinch of salt when a player has previously played for Warne. Yes, I personally think it makes sense to sign players that you know because they understand the standards and you know their ability levels and their standards, and I think it says to me, if you're picking up a player that you've had before, that states to me that you think they're capable of playing the level. So for me, I'm not bothered if some players that we sign are ex-Rotherham. I think, obviously, Jerry Yates, for instance, hasn't been at Rotherham since, I believe, 2020. So it's one of those. Obviously, Vickers came straight from Rotherham. And who else do you have who came from Rotherham? I don't even know. Connor Washington came straight from Rotherham, but like he signed for Warne the season prior and then signed for Warne the season after. So for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how this summer goes on and how this these sets of deals goes. Obviously, Ben Osborne's set to sign. Jerry Yates looks as if he's set to sign. So let me know your thoughts on those two down in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.